Well, I think she needs to pay child support.
Okay. Just straight like
Yeah,
that?
straight. I want to get straight to the point. I just want nothing to do with it. I just want child support.
All right. Do you really know her? You just said like you don't want nothing to do with it, like you just met her yesterday.
Well, I thought I did.
Okay, tell me about it.
Well, it started off like every other fairy tale, you know. Everything was hot, bad. Everything cooking good.
Welcome back to Judge Bench, the courtroom where justice meets real stories and real consequences. If you're into courtroom drama and real life, family disputes straight from support court with Judge Vonda B, make sure to hit that subscribe button so you never miss a case breakdown. Today we're covering case number JVB 1065, McIntosh versus McIntosh, what seemed like a straightforward child. Support request quickly spiraled into a layered story of love lost, emotional neglect, and a charge that took this case in a completely different direction. The case opens with Mr. McIntosh stepping into court, calm but determined. He tells Judge Vonda that he's not looking for drama, he just wants child support. From the start, he's adamant. The relationship is over, and he wants to move forward. But he needs financial support for their child. Judge Vonda, as always, wants the full picture. That's when Mr. McIntosh starts telling his side.
Good loving. So we got a kid.
Okay.
We say, okay, so when the kid arrived, that kind of changed. You know, Dad got put on the back burner. And, you know, sometimes I'm not understanding. I say, what happened to Dad? You know, you let the kid go to sleep or something. Don't just forget about me. So it was all about, you know, I got the baby. No, put the baby to bed.
Well, you wanted to tend to the baby, right?
Yeah, what else I'm gonna do?
Well, not that much. Don't just forget about me.
I mean, it's
You
forgot
know,
about
don't help
Daddy.
around the house. You know.
He says their relationship began like a fairy tale. There was passion, cooking, good times, and mutual love. But when the child was born, everything shifted. According to him, Mom became so focused on the baby that he felt forgotten. His words. Daddy got put on the back burner. He describes moments of trying to reconnect, offering to help, trying to give her breaks, setting the mood, but nothing worked. In his eyes, she became distant and emotionally unavailable. But things get deeper. Judge Vonda asks how long they were together, and he says 6 years. That's not a fling, that's a serious commitment. And it turns out their child is now 6 years old, meaning the disconnect happened early. He believes the child's arrival changed everything. While he was trying to help and keep the relationship alive, he felt like she checked out. He even attempts to suggest she went through something after childbirth, maybe postpartum depression, but when asked to explain, he quickly admits he doesn't really understand it.
You say at first, how long were y'all together?
6 years.
That's a long time to be together.
Yeah. But
Okay.
then the baby just popped up and I'm like, you know, she forgot about me. And so I try to, you know, let me take care of the baby. Let me let you rest so you can start back paying attention to me.
All right.
And that don't seem.
Do y'all
like-
still live together?
That don't. No. That don't seem to.
not anymore.
All right.
Not anymore.
Okay, how old is the child now? I'm assuming it's not a baby anymore.
The child's about 6.
6, okay.
Yeah, had him right off. Right.
That's when things start to shift in Mom's favor. Mom speaks up, calmly but firmly. She says she was dealing with depression, something Mr. McIntosh never tried to understand. She explains how overwhelming it was to manage her mental health and care for a child, especially without emotional support from him. Judge Vonda points out that postpartum depression is real and serious, and Mom emphasizes that during this difficult time, he didn't check in on her. He didn't ask how she felt. He simply wanted attention back on himself. It's a powerful moment that reveals the emotional distance between them. It wasn't just about neglect. It was about misunderstanding and lack of empathy.
Okay. I'll
So
take that.
it takes a lot. It takes a lot for you to understand where I'm coming from. You can't just assume, okay, I'm not just trying to tend to you. I have to tend to my mental health and my child. That takes a lot of work.
But I can't read your mind. I don't know.
But you never try to even talk to her, try to understand me from that point.
Did the two of you come here to waste my time?
I mean, he's the one that called it in here. I'm just here. I mean, he obviously wanted me to do something.
Obviously, and I'm just trying to get to what
He's
that
wasting
something
both of our
is.
times.
I want full custody and I want child support.
Then comes the plot twist. When asked about who the child lives with, Mr. McIntosh initially says it's kind of in between, but eventually admits the child lives primarily with mom. That's when Judge Vonda asks a critical question. Why does he think he deserves full custody and child support if the child doesn't even live with him full time? That's when another bomb drops. Mom is currently facing an assault case. Judge Vonda turns to her, needing an explanation. Mom admits it's true. She says she found out Mr. McIntosh cheated on her. She and her friend did some digging and tracked down the other woman. And yes, she admits she got physical. She doesn't sugarcoat it. She says she was hurt, mad, and acting out of emotion. When asked where the child was during that time, she clarifies that her sister was watching the child and even bailed her out of jail. Despite this, she still maintains that she's the primary caregiver and has not taken legal action for child support because she didn't want to be malicious.
The child live with you?
It's kind of between right about now. But I think I could take care of him better since she can't keep a job.
I've been with the kid longer, so I mean, I'm not working right now, so I'm at home with the kid all the time.
So if she's not working, she behind bars.
Wait a minute. Behind bars.
Yeah,
wait a minute. Mr. McIntosh, let me move over here to her so I can hear her side of the story. What is this behind bars?
Well, because of how he's been feeling, okay, he's been feeling neglected because I was having issues with depression and taking care of my kids. So he decided to step out. So, you know, me and my girl did some digging and I found out he stepped out on me. So you know what? I had to find out where the girl went.
But Mr. McIntosh's request changed that. Then the focus turns to Dad's job. He says he's in the entertainment business, producing music and working with artists. When asked about his income, he says he makes around $80,000 to $85,000 a year. Mom, on the other hand, is currently unemployed, having quit her job to take care of the child full-time. The contrast between their financial situations becomes even clearer. Judge Vonda sums it all up. Dad came to court asking for child support and custody, but it was clear that the child lives with Mom. He didn't dispute it. And if the child doesn't primarily live with him, he has no grounds to request support. Not only that, but if Mom had filed a petition the same day he did, it would be Dad, not her, on the hook for child support. And given his reported income, it wouldn't be a small amount. Judge Vonda ultimately dismisses the case and denies his request. This case highlights something very real in many family court disputes.
Today, I have other things to do, and you obviously came here to waste my time. So I'm going to deny your relief, like I said, and dismiss your case because it's obvious that the child stays with Mom primarily. You didn't dispute it when she said it. Therefore, I don't have a choice but to dismiss it. And Mom, on the other hand, if she comes back in here and says she wants child support, because had she filed something today, you would actually be placed on child support today.
Me?
But yes, you.
Emotional pain, misunderstanding, and lack of communication can easily turn a disagreement into a legal battle. Mr. McIntosh felt hurt and forgotten, but failed to recognize what his partner was going through mentally and emotionally. Mom, overwhelmed and unsupported, made a decision she now has to live with. The court, however, can only look at the facts: who the child lives with, who's financially stable, and who has taken on the role of primary caregiver. So what's the takeaway here? Don't file for child support if the child doesn't live with you. The court isn't going to play referee in emotional breakups. It deals with facts, custody, and the child's best interest. And if you're the primary caregiver, never be afraid to file for support, especially if the other parent is financially better off. Thanks for watching Judge Bench.